impression that you've made, not only in spring training, but then carried it over to spring training 2.0. What do you feel like is the biggest contributor to that?
I think my success last year, getting called up, kind of being embraced, with open arms by the staff and the team, and then just going out there and being able to compete and play my game. It's a fun group of guys to come to the park every day and go to work with, and it's also a group of guys that pushes you to continue to get better. So I think a mix of those things have helped me, continue to improve and go out there and play well.
Obviously, baseball is an evolutionary process. You're constantly evolving as a player, and when you come in as a rookie, it can't be the same as when you're starting. When you have that experience under your belt. How have you felt yourself, if you have it all, change into being a more comfortable player, not only on the field but in the clubhouse in different situations?
Yeah, that's a good question because every day I come to the park, it's just such a blessing and opportunity to be here and play at this level, and it's I'm just always trying to get better, and I don't know if you ever really get comfortable because you're always trying to strive to get better and play well, but I think that having the group of guys helps that, and yeah.
Well, now that you have kind of reached this place now, how do you avoid putting too much pressure on yourself in a condensed season to perform at an extremely high level? I guess how do you avoid putting too much pressure on yourself to make the most of this opportunity, maybe even more so than you would in a 162 game season?
Yeah. I think you just go out there and play your game, and you realize that even though it is a shorter season, we're playing less games. It's still baseball. And we're going out there and we're going to try and win every single game, and I think with that attitude and that mindset every single day, I think that we can have some success.
Anyone now in particular that you're leaning on more so than you did previously, or maybe a teammate that you didn't have a year ago that you kind of confide in and lean on with still some of the, I guess, uncertainties that young players face?
Yeah, I mean a lot of the young guys I think have a really good relationship. Spring training's been different because we've been separated in different clubhouses. We're in 3 different clubhouses, at the facility, and some days, especially pitchers, like I don't see some of those guys like for days in between. But I think that we've got a good group of young guys. Our clubhouse, I'm in the visitors clubhouse with Heineman and Trevino, and we're over there just having fun and going out there and competing in the games. And I think that when we get on the field and the teams are mixed up together and you're playing against your own guys, it's fun, it's competitive, and everybody gets closer.
Nick, you seem to have a new position every week. It looks like left field is a good position now. How do you keep that moving around from impacting you, taking away the focus on what you have to do offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think over the course of my career, that's something that I've worked on. Being able to separate the offense from the defense. I've had experience bouncing around to different positions, so I've had the opportunity to work on that. Separating the two, and I think depending on wherever I'm playing, that particular day, that's where I focus my defense attention on, and offense separate from that, and just kind of go from there.
Well, now you're playing left field because Willie's down. Willie's not going to be down for long. So going to wonder how long Williams is going to be down, and then when he comes back, what's going to happen to you? Does that kind of suspense weigh on you at all?
No. Any way that I can contribute to the team success and going out there and playing, whatever that may be, whatever role that may be, I'll embrace it. Kind of like I alluded to earlier, it's just such an opportunity to show up here every day and to play the game that I love and to go out there and compete. So it's a lot of fun just to show up in whatever role that the team asks me to do. I'll embrace it.
Anyone else? Rick Renner?
Question for you. So what are the biggest challenges of playing outfield at the new ballpark for you?
Yeah, I'd say one of the biggest differences between or getting used to this new ballpark is kind of getting used to the fence and some of the weird angles that have kind of been built into the ballpark. We've practiced. We'll play like wall ball is an outfield drill that the coach will hit it off the wall, and you kind of have to figure out where it's going to bounce, how hard it's going to bounce. And out on the field, there's a lot of weird angles. So, I think that balls, we're as an outfield group, we're gonna have to be backing each other up because balls might be bouncing all over the place if they hit the wall. So I think that's one thing that playing in a new ballpark in the outfield, you have to kind of study and have an idea of that going into the game.
I was talking to Willie Calhoun recently. He was talking about how he was actually practicing running into the wall and it felt soft. Have you been able to try that out and enjoy that?
Yeah, during those drills, we kind of mess around with robbing home runs and finding the wall on deep fly balls. That's another thing, just being able to find the wall. But yeah, getting used to that as well.
Tremendous advantage for you guys against other teams that won't be in the ballpark as much with the angles and the roof.
Yeah, I think it's been great that we've been able to get in here and get used to it. Other teams coming in, might struggle, or just not be used to it like we will. So we'll know how it plays. We'll have that advantage. We'll know the balls that you hit up in the air, you got to keep running because you never know what's going to happen. Balls that are hit hard, over an outfielder's head that might hit the wall, you got to keep running. You might see some crazy plays. You might see some inside the park home runs. So anything can happen. So I think it's something that'll be good for us.
Evan?
Hey Nick, I know that all of this takes some getting used to, but you've had 2 weeks now of camp, and I'm just wondering if any of the protocols, any of the kind of limitations, does it impact the amount of fun you're able to have?
I don't think so. The most fun that we have is out on the field competing, and in the grand scheme of everything, that's the most normal. A lot of the protocols and everything are in the clubhouse and in the weight room, in the cages. But when we get out on the field, there are some things that are different, but it's still baseball, and that's where we have the most fun. So, if anything, it's changed, preparation a little bit. We've had to make some adjustments, in my routine, but nothing that has changed how much fun I've had, out on the field. And right now we're playing against our own guys. I can't wait till we play against another team.
What, if anything, has been like the thing you caught yourself and say, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to do that? I know you're not a rule breaker, Nick.
I'd probably say, like having not getting here too early. Like in during a normal season, like I'd err on the side of getting here earlier, and now you don't want to be here, too early before testing's ready. You don't want too many people in the ballpark at the same time, and then like taking dinner to go. Usually I like to eat in the clubhouse, in the food room, and just kind of hang out, decompress. But it's been, kind of shower and, take your food to go, eat it at home. So I think really before, like late or early before game and late after games has been, a little different.